Hello friends, good morning. Today I will explain generation of high DC voltage by Cockcroft Walton voltage multiplier circuit. So far I have discussed the generation of high DC voltage by simple rectifier as well as voltage doubler circuit. The limitation was if we want very high DC voltage, then we require the input transformer with very high voltage rating. Therefore, there will be problem of insulation. Next thing is when we are generating DC voltage, we require diode as well as capacitors. So if we want to generate very high voltage by using rectifier or voltage doubler circuit, we need the capacitors as well as diodes of that high voltage rating. So it will be either costly or it may not be available. Therefore, we are going for high DC voltage generation by Cockcroft Walton voltage multiplier circuit. So this is the Cockcroft Walton voltage multiplier circuit. If we see this circuit up to point M and M dash, it is nothing but voltage doubler circuit. This is transformer. These are the diodes and capacitors of voltage doubler circuit. And if we observe this portion, that is from M and N dash up to M dash, then it is also two capacitors and two diodes. They are of the voltage doubler circuit excluding the transformer. Similarly, if we observe this third stage, this is also having two capacitors and two diodes. So that is also voltage doubler circuit excluding the capacitor. So we can say that the Cockcroft voltage multiplier circuit is nothing but it is the extension of the simple voltage doubler circuit. That is, it is a multiple voltage doublers connected in series with a single transformer. So that is what Cockcroft Walton voltage multiplier circuit is. In this circuit, the capacitor C2 dash, this C2 dash is charged to voltage 4 Vm and C3 dash is charged to voltage 6 Vm. And this capacitor C1 dash is charged to voltage twice Vm. So with respect to the ground, it is twice Vm, it is also twice Vm, it is 4 Vm, it is 6 Vm. But voltage across individual capacitors is only twice Vm and twice Vm. But with respect to the ground, if we observe, it is 6 Vm. So if there are n number of stages, then we can say that the output voltage will be 2 into N into Vm, where Vm is the peak output voltage or secondary of this transformer. The voltage across the columns of capacitors consisting of C1, C2 and C3 keeps on oscillating as the supply voltage alternates. Therefore, this column is known as oscillating column. This is oscillating column. However, the voltage across the capacitors C1 dash, C2 dash and C3 dash remains constant. Therefore, this column is called as smoothing column. Now, here I have shown 3 stages, but stages can be repeated n number of times and the output voltage will be 2n Vm. But the advantage is across individual unit, the voltage is only 2 Vm. So, we require the capacitors as well as diodes of comparatively or relatively low voltage rating. Now here the important equations I will discuss, but the first thing is when the generator is loaded, the output voltage drops. Therefore, regulation is poor. Also, the voltage wave has ripples. Thus, we have to deal with two quantities, that is the voltage drop delta V, capital delta V, and the ripple, that is delta, small delta V. So with respect to this, we are having some important equations, and in these equations, when we denote Vm, that is the peak voltage of the transformer secondary in kV, N is number of stages, IL is load current in amperes, F is frequency of the supply voltage, C is capacitance of the circuit in farads, and eta optimal is the optimal stages for minimum voltage regulation. So first equation is for the no load output voltage. This is given by 2N into Vm. N is number of stages, Vm is the peak voltage of the secondary of the transformer. Delta V, that is ripple, is given by this equation IL upon Fc into N plus 1 divided by 2. IL is load current, F is frequency of the supply voltage, C is capacitance of the circuit. Capital delta V is the regulation, so it is IL divided by FC in bracket 2 by 3 n cube plus n square by 2 minus n by 6. In this bracket term, if we take out n common, then it will be 2 by 3 n square plus n by 2 minus 1 by 6. So with respect to this term, this 1 by 6 is very small, therefore in few books this term is neglected. If we neglect this term, we don't get any difference, any considerable difference in computation of this capital delta V. Now the output voltage at load is given by twice NBM, that is no load voltage, minus delta V, that is voltage drop. So this is the actual voltage the device is generating when it is on load. And optimal number of stages is given by square root of Vm F C upon IL. Vm is the peak voltage of the secondary of the transformer, F is frequency of the supply voltage, C is capacitance of the circuit, and IL is the load current. Now in this equation, if you observe, IL is coming in the numerator, F and C, they are coming in the denominator. C depends on the circuit parameters, that is circuit design, but F is the frequency of the supply. So if F is large, this ripple as well as voltage drop, they will be small. Therefore, to get the better performance, the frequency of the supply voltage is kept high. Normally, the Cockcroft Walton voltage multiplier circuit is having transformer which generates output voltage with frequency is equal to 150. So if it is 150 in place of 50, this will reduce by 3, this will also reduce by 3, and IL is the load current that depends on the testing object. Now let us see what are the advantages. Number one advantage, for the output voltage of twice NBM rating, the rated secondary voltage of the transformer required is Vm upon root 2 only. Second is, the diodes and capacitors required have rating of twice Vm only for the output voltage of twice NBM. Now let us see what are the drawbacks. First drawback is voltage regulation is poor. As soon as we load the transformer, there is considerable voltage drop, therefore voltage regulation is poor. Second, output voltage has ripples. And third, to minimize the ripples and voltage drop, frequency of the supply voltage should be high. So we have to design a transformer with high frequency. So that is additional requirement. Now let us see where are the applications of this Cockcroft Walton voltage multiplier circuit. Number one, for testing of electrical components. Number two, for in electrostatic precipitation of ash in thermal power plants. Number three, electrostatic painting, cement industry, communication system, etc. And in physics for particle acceleration. Now let us solve one numerical on Cockcroft Walton voltage multiplier circuit. The numerical is, a Cockcroft Walton voltage multiplier circuit has 8 stages, means N is 8, with capacitances all equal to 0.05 microfarad. So C is 0.05 microfarad. The supply transformer secondary voltage is 125 kV. Now it is mentioned here that it is peak value. So it is Vm is 125 kV. If this had been RMS value, then we have to multiply this by root 2 at a frequency of 50 Hz. So F is 50 Hz. If the load current is 5 milliampere, that is IL is 5 milliampere, find first part no load output voltage, second part percentage ripple, third part percentage regulation, fourth part output voltage on load, and fifth part optimal number of stages for minimum regulation. It is mentioned that repeat part 1 to 5 if supply voltage frequency is 150 Hz. Let us solve this problem. First part is, we have to find no load output voltage. This is the formula 2nVm. So 2 into 8 into 125, it is 2000 kV. So output voltage required will be 2000 kV. Now remember, for this 2000 kV to be generated, we require a transformer with rating of 230 volts input. Output voltage, rated secondary voltage will be 125 by root 2. So that is not very high voltage, and no, there is no insulation problem. At the same time, we require diodes and capacitors operating 2 into Vm, that is 2 into 125, that is rated for 250 kV only. not 2000 kV. So that is the advantage. Ripple delta V. Formula is IL upon FC into N into N plus 1 by 2. So I, we are converting this into amperes. So 5 into 10 to the power minus 3. F is 50. Capacitance is 0.05 microfarad. So convert this into farads. Into N, N is 8, N plus 1 is 9 divided by 2. So it is coming 72 kV. So that is delta V. Percentage delta V will be delta V divided by no load voltage multiplied by 100. So it is 72 upon 2000 into 100, that is 3.6%. Capital delta V, that is voltage drop. This is the formula I upon FC in bracket. This is the term. So I is 5 milliampere, convert into amperes. F is 50. C is 0.05 microfarad, converted this into farads. So 2 by 3 into N cube, N is 8, N square by 2 minus N by 6. So it is coming 744 kV. So voltage drop will be 744 kV when load current is 5 milliampere. So percentage regulation will be delta V upon no load voltage. So 744 upon 2000, it is multiplied by 100, it is coming 37.2%. V0, that is output voltage on load. So no load voltage minus voltage drop. So it is 2000 minus 744, it is coming 1256 kV. Last part is number of stages for minimum voltage drop. So this is the formula. VM is 125 kV. So it is 125 into 10 to the power 3. F is 50. C is 0.05 microfarad. So 0.05 into 10 to the power minus 6 upon IL. So 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 square root. So it is coming 7.9. So 7.9 is fraction. So we have to convert this into corresponding integer. So that is 8 stages. So for optimal performance, number of stages will be 8. It is already having 8 stages. So it is operating with optimum number of stages. Now we have to repeat all these parts when supply frequency is 150 Hz. So in all these equations, in place of 50 Hz is equal to F, we have to keep F is equal to 150. So we get no load voltage output, that is same 2000 kV, because there is no F in this equation. Delta V, that is ripple, is 24 kV. So percentage ripple is 1.2%. Capital delta V, that is voltage drop, is 248 kV. So percentage voltage drop is 12.4%. V0, output voltage, is 2000 minus 248. It is 1752 kV. And optimum number of stages is 13.69. We have to round it at the higher integer. So it is 14 stages. So here we can observe, higher the frequency of the supply voltage, better is the performance. So you can see here, when frequency is increased by 3, the voltage drop has reduced by 3. So in place of 744, it is only 248 kV. And output voltage has increased to 1752 kV. So we can conclude that if the supply frequency of the input transformer or the Cockcroft Walton voltage multiplier circuit is high, the performance will be better. So application part I will repeat. It is used for testing of electrical components, electrostatic precipitation of ash in thermal power plants. It is also used in electrostatic painting, cement industry, communication system, etc. In physics for particle acceleration, and medical applications or medical equipments, that is in X-rays. Now I will show the diagram for actual Cockcroft Walton voltage multiplier circuit used in testing lab, high voltage testing lab. So this is 4-stage Cockcroft Walton voltage multiplier circuit. These are the diodes: first stage, second stage, third stage, fourth stage, and from here the output voltage is taken out. These are the capacitors 1, 2, 3, 4, that is smoothing capacitors. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, that is oscillating column capacitors. And this structure, that is dome type structure or corona ring, is provided to avoid the corona at the high voltage. So this is 4-stage circuit. This is very high Cockcroft Walton voltage multiplier circuit, very high voltage. You can see the height of the lag. These are the diodes. These are the capacitors of smoothing column. These are the capacitors of oscillating column, and these all are diodes. So here you can see the corona ring to avoid the corona at the high voltage terminal. This is also the voltage multiplier circuit. These are the diodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is 5 stage. Capacitors are on that other side, and this is the sphere gap arrangement to measure the output high voltage. So friends, if you feel this video lecture useful, then please like it, subscribe to my channel, ask your friends, colleagues, your juniors to subscribe to my channel for upcoming video lectures on high voltage engineering and power system protection. If you want to make effective and efficient use of time, then read my book on time management. The link for the book is here. It is also given in the description box. I have launched a useful course on UDEMY. The title of the course is Boost Your Learning and Become Top Achiever. This is the link for the course. This course is very useful for the students who are preparing for competitive and entrance exams. The link for the course is also given in the description box. Thank you.